everyone, welcome back to Long Branch Homestead. This video here, I just thought I'd talk about our blueberries. They've been such a great feature in our orchard here, but I thought I'd talk about how we planted them and pruned them, and as far as picking the blueberries and then storing them. So let me show you. This is our patch. We have 34 plants here, and when we planted them about 7 years ago, and they were only about 8 inches tall when we planted them. They're not a real fast growing plant, but they produce. We've been picking them for about 2 weeks now, and they're still producing quite a bit still. We average about 4 to 5 cups of blueberries every day. So I think a lot of it's because there's not a whole lot of leaf growth on these plants, and they're putting all their energy into the berries. So, but what we did was we planted 2 different varieties. We planted the blue crop and blue ray, and both varieties are doing very well. Now, one thing we had to do in preparation for these blueberry plants is put rows of dirt in. We had to bring dirt in. The soil here is not very good. I mean, you get about 8 inches of soil, and then it starts to turn to clay and then shale, and it's not good at all. So that's why we always bring dirt in for the garden and the blueberries, and when we plant trees a lot of times. The apple trees mostly, but anyway, yeah. And then we put down some of this landscape paper over the top. I'll show you. That keeps the deep-rooted weeds from taking root, but what you'll get a lot of times is stuff like this here. Yeah, it's just strawberry runs, but all that stuff pulls up pretty easily. So, but anyway, the one thing we also do with these plants is we put pine shavings down. Sometimes, a few times we put, straighten this up here, a few times I'll rake up some of the pine needles from our pine trees. That works really well too. So yeah, between the pine needles and the pine shavings, yep, that really helps these plants. So as far as pruning these plants, we haven't had to do a whole lot of them. The plants aren't real big yet, but what you want to do is just cut off all the dead stuff. So make sure there's good airflow. See, this one has a little bit of brown on it, so we'll trim that up this winter. But yeah, as long as you have good airflow with these berries, they should do well. So and last year we had a gypsy moth issue. We did have to take care of that, but other than that, we haven't had to deal with many bugs, insects. And we're in north central Pennsylvania, so we have a lot of different varieties of bugs around here, but so far they're doing well. Okay, when you go to pick these blueberries, what you're looking for is you want to spin these berries around a little bit. Make sure there's no pink left on them. See that right there? That's kind of what you want. And they can be deceiving. A lot of times, if you don't spin that berry around, you'll turn it upside down, it'll have some pink in it, something like that. But yeah, we've had a lot of rain lately, so these berries, I think, are really benefiting from it. So, like I said, we have 34 plants planted, and we average about 4 to 5 cups a day. It's really nice. See this right here? It has a little purple in it. That's really not what you want. It will ripe just a little bit on its own, but that's not what you want there. So that one got by me. But And a lot of times these berries will hide behind these leaves and you'll skip right by them. It's a little tedious to get all these berries off, but it's worth it. Like I said, if you get 4 to 5 cups of berries a day and you're doing it for 3 weeks, you know, that's a lot of berries right there. So okay, sometimes when you go to your pick your own blueberry patch, you go to a plant, most of the time those plants are a lot bigger than these, but most of the time your better berries are on the bottom of your plant, because most people go in there and they'll just pick through the top and they really won't dig into the plant at all. But yeah, if you go to a pick your own place, that's probably the best place to look. So now, one thing, we've been very fortunate. We haven't had too much an issue with birds around here. I know a lot of people will net their blueberry plants, but we like looking at them. So, and we've been fortunate. We haven't had a bird issue. I mean, last year we think we did the end of the season a little bit, but we were well into it, probably 3 or 4 weeks into it. So, and then they started to come around a little bit, but so far this year, it's been great. So I think we already have well over probably 40 cups already since we started. So you got, you know, if you look into these plants, there's a lot of berries left to be picked. So, but yeah, it's all good. When you go pick these blueberries, you're gonna make sure you go all the way around. You know, you want to hit it from, I don't know, 5 angles maybe. They're always tucked in, hide behind the leaves. Just don't see them. You don't want to waste them. Okay, this is our harvest for today. This looks to be about 5 or 6 cups. I'll know a little bit later as we put them in our bags. But my wife will put them in sandwich bags. They're approximately the equivalency of a cup apiece. So I'll show you how many there are. But anyway, we'll freeze most of these. My wife also makes zucchini blueberry bread. We'll actually leave the recipe in the description if you're interested. So anyway, this is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.